TV show versus what? We're gonna do Biker Mouse from Mars, the '90s show, versus Biker Mouse from Mars, the 2009 show. That's what we're doing. Which show is better? Right? Which show had more views? Which show had more attention? Which show? Right, well, the original show, I think, lasted 3 seasons. I think the reboot show only lasted 1 season. But Biker Mouse from Mars was one of them shows that was made to compete with the Turtles. Right? Right, kind of have like VR troopers and, you know, other things was made to compete with Power Rangers. Same concept. Right? So this is about Biker Mouse Mars, literal mouses, wats that rode bikes that are from Mars, invaded Earth. Oh yeah, and their enemies are fish. You heard me, their enemies are fish. Their enemy looks like a woman in drag, but it's a dude who's a fish. I used to have the toy, I don't know if I still do have the toy, but yeah. Right, and it's the same thing in a different show, but except in a different show, the reboot show, right, they're still on Mars. Yeah. So for concept alone, I think 2 wins the reboot show. But for originality, it's a great show. It's probably one of the best reboots next to, I mean, probably one of the greatest spin-offs ever. Probably one of the greatest rip-offs ever, without question. But next to Street Sharks. Let's do another TV show versus. Yep. This time, we're gonna go with the one, the only, the king of TV shows. That's right, we're going with Queer Eye. That's right, Queer Eye versus the one. That's right, we're going with the makeover show for a certain gender of people. Right, a show that got remade multiple times. A show that I've never really seen. I've seen the remake, but not the original. Okay, not the point. A show that was made to be genderfied. A show that was made to be entertaining. But okay. Versus RuPaul's Drag Race. That's right. RuPaul's Drag Race. That's right. Which show is better? Which show is more entertaining? Which show is more watchable? Now, I've seen more of RuPaul's Drag Race. Right? But which one's going to win this battle? Of which show is better? Right? Which show is more entertaining? Like, they are both reality shows. It's just kind of hard to debate which reality show is better. Right? They're both known for their drama. Right? They're both known for making people go, huh? Right? They're both hosted by gay people. Yep. And for the longest time, people thought RuPaul was actually a woman. But now you haven't figured out RuPaul's winning this battle because I've actually seen his show. A lot more. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, I'm Michael Killer Romines, leader of the Dragon. Sit with me now, family. Bye-bye. If you don't know, now you know. Well, we're going to do another TV show versus. That's right. Which TV show is more likely to watch? But we're going to do Friends versus Living Single. That's right, we're doing the Friends TV show. Right? One was made in 1993, one was made in 1994, but one lasted 10 years, one only lasted 3 years. I think one's a better show, and I think one just didn't know where they was headed. And we're going to go talk about the fact of that. Yep, TV show versus. Yep, my series, my show. Welcome to my show. Okay? TV show versus. Which TV show is better? Which TV show is more likely for you to watch? TV show versus. Okay, starting off with, you guessed it, the one, the only, the miracle of miracles, the king of queens. Here we go. But the one and the only, Living Single. Living Single. Well, Living Single. A show that was made in 1993, a show that lasted 3 seasons, but about people that living single. They dated each other multiple times, most of them, but and there's a lesbian archetype, just like in Friends, but okay. Like I've done before, I break down the similarities, I break down the differences. As you may or may not know, that's what I do in these episodes. Okay? Now, okay? Well, Queen Latifah's in Living Single. Okay? Living Single to me is a much better show. Although it did last only 3 seasons, logically it's a better show, it's a better watch, it's entertaining, but where Friends is just a boring show. I just pissed off a lot of people by saying Friends is a boring show. I just pissed off my mom. But hey, whatever, I don't care. Friends, like I said, is a boring show, it's a boring watch. Right? You could tape my head to a wall and make me watch Friends. It's torture, because to me it is torture. Right? The writings for Friends sucked. And fun fact, one of the original names for Living Single was going to be Friends.